Hello, good evening, and welcome to Final Boss Fight. My name is Jeff, and tonight I am the Keeper of Arcane Lore as we return to horror on the Orient Express after a quick break. I'm joined, as usual, by our intrepid cast of investigators. I'm joined by Christy.
Hello.
Sarah.
Hi.
Robin.
Hello.
Brian.
Hi.
And the Dark Lord Richard.
Hello.
I got through that quite easily then. That's quite good. I didn't forget anybody's names. It's been that long. So,
And you got Richard's title as well.
I did, yes. Richard insisted that I use his title, so yeah.
It's official. It's not just me making it up. It's a proper thing. On the passport.
To be fair, I am actually a lady. I was brought a title. As a thanks for getting my friends together.
Oh wow.
At their wedding, so I can actually legally change it to lady.
Lady Christy.
Christy.
Brilliant. Well, it's been a while since we're back on the train, but just to recap where we're up to, as they say in the TV shows, previously on Horror on the Orient Express, our intrepid investigators were tasked by Professor Smith and his faithful servant Beddoes with finding and destroying the pieces of an ancient artifact called the Sedefkar Simulacrum, which they now know to be an ancient statue of some kind. You travelled to Paris, and you found the first piece of the statue, the left arm of the statue, under the house of Dr. Christian Lorient, which used to be the home of the Comte Fenelic. While you were there, Dr. Lorient also gave you a letter from one Edgar Wellington, who had some interesting information, saying that he'd come across a scroll to do with this Sedefkar Simulacrum. With that in mind, you got to the Orient Express and officially started your journey on the Orient Express, and now you have arrived in Lausanne, where this letter came from. So I'm just going to move us to the Lausanne map, and to refresh your memories even further, this is the letter. The railway station is towards the bottom of the map, but I'll just read the letter out. 50, Rue Saint-Etienne, Lausanne. To whom it may concern, I realise that I am a complete stranger, and that this letter may well mean nothing to you. My name is Edgar Wellington, and I am researching the history of a statue known most commonly as the Sedefkar Simulacrum. I recently came into possession of an old scroll which represents an intriguing depiction of the item. This piqued my interest, and I am now endeavouring to trace the simulacrum. My search has led me to your address. The name is probably meaningless to you, but through my research, I have learned that the last recorded resting place of the piece of art was in the house that occupied your land in the late 18th century. The statue was a unique Arabian artifact lost during the events of 1789. Its last owner was a German nobleman who once lived where you live today. Please, I ask if you have heard any local stories regarding this item, or maybe found any traces of the old house and its possessions on your land, which might give a clue as to the eventual fate of the object. Would you be so kind as to write to me with a summary of the information? I apologise for the rather strange nature of my request, but I feel that I should pursue whatever leads remaining to me. I hope you will not go to any great length regarding this. Yours most sincerely, Edgar Wellington. So, the time is 7 minutes past 7 as the Orient Express rumbles out of Lausanne station. It's a very misty morning. It's very early in the morning. I don't know if you are happy with the sleep you got last evening. I believe you had some weird dreams during the night or something. But yes, you are at the station, on the station platform. Your luggage is also on the station platform. There's a cafe nearby, a cafe nearby. It's just open at this time in the morning, serving coffee, serving pastries, croissants, that sort of thing. And as you look up,
immediately ring over there.
And as you look up, you see the sun struggling to pierce the mist. It's very, very bizarre. Like there's nobody else around. It's just like very misty, like very Silent Hill. But yeah, it's early in the morning. So over to you. What would you like to do?
Maya's immediately buying a plate full of pastries and a strong coffee.
We don't have any accommodation booked here yet, do we?
I don't believe so.
Nope, that's okay. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Well, I would want to go and have some breakfast first. Did his letter have an address on of where he was?
Yes, it did. 50 Rue Saint Etienne.
Cool. Well, once it is a sort of sociable hour, sort of like 10 o'clock, Nancy would want to go and visit.
I'd say you probably got 2 to 3 hours before things like start to liven up a bit, things start to wake up a bit. Call it 2 hours.
Yes, perhaps if we have some breakfast and discuss what we want to get done here.
Yes, Roland was going to suggest that he'll go and try to sort out some accommodation because he's actually not from that far away. I seem to remember from Lausanne, so he'd sort of fairly know from what I remember.
Oh yes,
I know he's French, but it's literally just across the board, you know.
Yeah, just very nearby. That's absolutely fair.
Yeah.
And you also have the Traveller's Companion, the Orient Express Traveller's Companion, which lists all like the sites of interest and lists some hotels. These are hotels that Roland would never normally even dream of looking at. There is the Beau Rivage Palace, which is the highest class, which is towards the south of the map, I believe. First, I just zoomed out on the map. That's wrong. 2 miles to the south of the city. Inside the city, there's the Grand Hotel Lausanne Palace Beausite. That is location number 4 on the map, so that's very close to the station. There's also the Hotel Cecile, which is again close to the station, more modestly priced. So where would Roland like to go?
Well, am I looking for everybody? Because I would think probably
the hotel. Yeah, the hotel would have enough room. We'll say that the hotel will have enough room for everybody. Yeah.
Oh, I was more just thinking about people's like price tags. You know. You know, if I went and hit up either 4 or 5, just so.
We're kind of hand waving prices a bit here. So
yeah.
Because I think between you and between the funds that Professor Smith gave you and Beddoes gave you back in London, I think we're fine to hand wave a lot of it. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm rich as well. Or very well off.
Just give them Major Mercy's credit card or whatever the equivalent of the credit card was, and just say put it all on this, everything on this.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll go and hit up sort of 4 and 6, I would say, because then at least we're close to the station. If something
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. Let's not go out too far out of the city, like out of the city centre. Yeah.
Let's go for 6, and then we're near the theatre as well, because isn't there the lady?
That's not here. That's in Milan. That's in Milan.
Yeah,
that's not here. That's not here. Yeah, that's the next stop. Yeah.
No. And it's next to the casino. I mean, number 6.
This will find out someone's got a terrible gambling problem, and they're going to bet the statue arm on black and see what comes up.
You see Maya quietly shuffling the cards back up her sleeve.
Oh, I've missed this so much. So that's absolutely fine. So I imagine you'd arrange a cab to take your luggage to. We could pick a hotel, 4 or 5 or 6. Pick one.
6, closest to the casino.
That's fair. So you'd hire a cab to take your luggage to the hotel. Are you yourselves going to the hotel now, or are you just like still milling around the area?
Well, I take it I'll go with the luggage to sort it out, and then I can sort of rendezvous back anyway.
I was going to say Maya would be keeping the chest with the arm in very close to her.
That's an interesting question, actually. Who would have the chest in their room?
I believe, having watched some of the forms, we agreed to share it round. The idea being that we all go a little bit crazy slowly, rather than one of us going crazy quickly.
Well, tell you what, as I'm going to the hotel and be setting up the room and that, I could take it with me to have in my room the first night.
Okay. That's absolutely
Are you
fine.
going to let that happen?
Does Maya trust you?
There, Roland.
Maya has.
It's more than leaving it in the room. I thought she might be a bit angsty about.
I think as long as it's locked.
Okay.
I mean, it's quite hefty, isn't it? We got like a trunk,
Yeah.
so I don't know if
I
it's something
mean-
we could realistically.
Lug about with us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I would be personally the one taking it and putting it in the room and that, I should think it'd be safe enough rather than a, you know.
I like. And so, yep. Sorry, carry on.
So we need to see Edgar Wellington.
Yep.
Do we have any other business in this town?
No.
It doesn't have a bit of sightseeing potentially. I'm trying to remember. Was Switzerland and Lausanne one of the other places that would been told there could be something? I can't remember.
If you look at the notes, if you dig out the notes that Beddoes you got from Beddoes, like you noted down that Smith gave you, Lausanne is not a location. Lausanne is not where one of those pieces of statue is. You came here because of the letter from Edgar Wellington, and it just happened to be on the way mainly.
Well, it doesn't have a little bit of a look around anyway.
So if we're still in this cafe, can I call over a waiter of some description?
Oui, monsieur. It
Do
is
you
very
speak
good to see you.
English? Oh, yes, you do.
Little bit.
We are looking for, and I'll give him the address from the letter. A residence of a Mr. Wellington. Would you be familiar with
Miss
this?
Wellington. Oui. Rue Saint Etienne. Use and you like if you have if you have like your travelers companions with you, there's like a little map of the city in it. And he oui. You see here there's a cathedral, location 1 on the map. Yes, the Rue Saint Etienne is very near the cathedral. I'm just gonna put it on the map actually. Black circle on the map near the cathedral.
Oh, that's very helpful. I don't suppose it's a long shot. Did you know Mr. Wellington or know of him?
I know of him, monsieur. He is English, like your good self, monsieur. He runs a animal taxidermy. Taxidermy.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, oui. He runs.
This is a very clever waiter. It's very good English to know the word taxidermy. Does not come up in conversation.
No, but I also think it's French, and he knows it, and he is aware of the shop, and it's.
Oh.
I've actually got it down here. That's the French. So.
Ah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Taxidermy. He runs a magasin de taxidermy.
Okay, that's a little odd, but you know. But thank you, and I'll give him a tip of some kind.
Merci, monsieur. Merci. Can I get you some more coffee, some more croissants, some more pain au chocolat?
Do you have any tea?
Oh, they don't have a lot of tea in
English
France.
breakfast tea?
I must go and have. I will go and see monsieur. Un moment. Make me a luck roll, please, Major Mercy. roll for tea. Yes.
Roll for tea.
I don't even actually drink tea in real life, but I think it's exactly what.
It is what Major Mercy would drink, very much so. I think. Yeah. Oh wow! I did not realise that. I must make you roll. I have to make you roll up more often. He comes after you. Pardon, monsieur. We don't have any tea. We were expecting delivery maybe tomorrow, the day after, if you're staying that long.
I may have to try somewhere else for tea. But thank you for looking. I know it's not as in demand here.
Oui, monsieur, but of course. More coffee? Or cafe?
Yes, thank you.
Or would you want more coffee?
And I'll have 10 more pain au chocolat, please.
Looks at you a bit sidelong, but he will go and do it. Their pain au chocolats are in greater supply than tea is, so he brings you out a big plate full of pain au chocolats. Do you put it all away right there, or do you hang on to some of it for later?
No, I eat it all right there and then.
Brilliant. Anything else you wish to discuss, or we can fast forward to an hour or so?
I suppose just what are we going to tell this Edgar Wellington when we find him?
I don't know. I don't particularly trust them. I think they're possibly working with what's his face? That I've completely forgotten the name of. Macariat?
Very good.
Yes, it's certainly possible.
I mean, I suppose this is more about finding out what we can get from him rather than necessarily giving him any information on what we have.
Yes, but if he's a curious fellow and we go ask about very specific things, he may ask us some questions. And I just want perhaps if we at least on the same page of what we're going to say.
This is true.
Like, for example, I would say we do not mention that we have a piece of the statue. That probably goes without saying, but
Agreed.
I wanted to say it.
Yes, yes, I would agree with that. But I think we could say that we are also interested in it. We could go as far as saying that we had been and met. Oh, I can't remember what his name is. The bloke in Paris, where is it?
The doctor.
Yeah, that we have met him but weren't able to find anything of particular interest.
So perhaps are we going to say we're some sort of, historical society in London or something like that? Half true.
I think we don't mention Professor Smith either.
No.
Again, to me that would go without saying. But yes, a historical society would make sense. We did all meet at a historical event.
Selectively leaving out the truth.
I think that's wise. I'm sure this person, very nice scholarly type, but best to be on the safe side.
What do you think, Edward and Roland?
Well, I'd say it's better to be cautious than to be foolish.
Definitely, it's better to scout out things.
Well, we all seem to be of the same mind. We did so yes, we met originally at it was London Museum, wasn't it?
I think so, yeah.
British Museum, sorry. So that is also some truth.
What do we say if they ask how we found out about this item?
Well, it's just we went to the place in near Paris.
True,
and his name came up.
We think how research we've had to do to even get a whiff of what it is. It's not like it's widely known about.
No, but it's just, I think, we can perhaps direct the conversation away from that, but I just thought, so all of us know what we're going to say in a very vague way.
Yes,
rather than...
I suspect it's just my own paranoia kicking in.
Is this one of the things you would have a full story for, Nancy? Maya.
I've had experiences in the past.
Now, do all 5 of us want to go into the house itself? Could be a lot of people for someone. Could some of us wait outside in case, indeed, if this fellow is a villain of some sort?
I think stick together. We're so eager to learn as a society. Everyone's come.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think are we ready to head over? Perhaps again, if we observe this gentleman's house for a little bit before we go in, just see if anything
What?
Richard,
going on.
your microphone went a bit muffled then. I think we got what you were saying, but
Just basically say, like, maybe we observe the house for a little bit before we actually go and introduce ourselves, just to see if there's sinister people coming and going, or that sort of thing.
I was going to say, though, how can you detect someone's sinister just by looking at them?
I normally might agree with you, but some of the people we've encountered, I think we could. I think we knew. I think we met some people we've met. I'd be like, yep, they were bad, and they indeed were.
Just speaking out of character, it's too bad this is set in the 1920s because then Edward could say it's not like Lord Dick Tracy villains.
I have a question for Major Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Who have you met that you've been suspicious of?
Oh, various types. Those people on the Dream Train, they were bad uns. The fancy people.
But that was a dream, surely.
I think we all know it wasn't just a dream. I think we've come far enough now to know. And haven't we encountered some bad people in Paris and in London? Like, you might say they're not like, again, Dick Tracy villains, but neither are they the subtle shades of grey characters you'd get, I don't know. They certainly seem villainous, some of these people who've come across.
I mean, so far, Nancy has been incredibly suspicious of everybody she has met.
That's the same, because I think this group hasn't really.
Am I perhaps thinking of what
Diary
we've done about other...
The group in the 1893 diary has, but it's how much do you believe the diary?
But wasn't Nancy next to someone who got the face ripped off or something?
Yeah, there was that. No,
there was that. Yeah,
burst into flames.
and then like the Professor Smith was telling us, it's like we've encountered, I
mean, and there was the blokey with the train set who knew it was bad but wasn't going to tell anyone it was bad.
Yeah. Some of the people we met around that business, they were. Okay. You spotted them for being bad uns.
Okay. In that case, are you all trekking over to the Rue Saint Etienne?
I think so.
At least for a walk around up and down outside.
Sure thing. Well, you reach through. I just moved you all up there. You reach through Saint Etienne. I've got a picture of it actually. The road. There it is. Artwork incoming. So there we are. It's a cobblestone street. You can see it going uphill. You can see the cathedral nearby. Not on this picture, but you can see the cathedral nearby. Big imposing building. You see you see again. There's very few people on the streets. Probably one or two starting to come out. And you do find one particular building, and there's a sign outside. Wellington Taxidermy. The shop window is dark. There's no display in it. There's heavy crimson curtains that block any view of the inside. There's signs in several languages, English, French, German, declaring the shop is open, but the door itself is locked. And across the road from Wellington's shop, there's a nearby cafe, which might provide a useful vantage point.
What time are we on now?
I'll say it's about 9 o'clock.
Well, who's up for second breakfast?
I think yes, spend a little bit of time watching the place and waiting to a more agreeable hour.
Sure.
Time passes. You don't really see any activity from the shop itself. You like see some movement on the upper floor, as if people moving around up there. Don't really see any
Damn it.
activity on the bottom floor. You do see there's like an alleyway going down the side of the building. Maybe it goes to some sort of backyard or something.
Keeper, would you get the impression that this is he's got his shop on the ground floor, and on the first floor that's an apartment where he would live?
That's a reasonable assumption to make. Yep. That's a very reasonable assumption to make.
Very reasonable, man. Right. Okay.
Do you say we try knocking?
I would say just give it a bit of time. I was hoping to just spend a little bit of time observing, reconnaissance, I believe is
That makes
the word.
sense.
And just see again, looking for these sinister figures that I've imagined.
How long would you want to spend, roughly?
No, I'd say an hour, but
Maya would probably say 2.
all right, like that.
Like that, yeah.
So we're playing
But
skull now. I say 3.
Yeah.
No, Maya just wants some more pastries. That's what that.
Yeah,
I see what's going on there. I see what's going on there.
Just a side comment, but I just realized that I cannot make a Nero Wolf reference because the character won't debut until 1934.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happens. This happens for a lot of stuff, but no matter how long you wait there, there's very little activity. It's a very quiet road. You can, I'd say the cathedral is right nearby. You can see lots of people milling around there, but not so much down this road, and not so much in this shop. In fact, you don't see really anybody coming into or out of the shop.
Are there other shops around here?
There's a few other shops like bakery, cafe you're in, bakery, probably grocers, probably clothes shop, and it's just a very quiet street in general, really.
But there are other people sort of approaching
two.
other shops and other people in
Two.
the cafe and things like that.
Yeah, one or two. Not as many as you've seen, but you've seen before, but definitely one or two. Yeah.
I mean, in fairness, I'd like to hope in this place that people require bakeries more than they need taxidermists, but
I think it would probably make sense to go and have a scout down the street to one side as well, to the alleyway.
I'm more than welcome. Happy to do that. I can do that.
Oh, speaking of taxidermy, I just had a flashback to a Wizard of Oz, a specific version of Wizard of Oz, and okay, who's that sound coming from? Is that coming from my end? Like hearing a lot of static or something.
They're coming from your end, actually. Those of you going down the alley, is it Maya going down the alley, or is it somebody else going down the
Maya's
alley?
happy to go down the alley. If
You
no one
find-
else wants to.
You find a back fence. You find a fence around a small backyard, a fence with a gate in it. Fence is fairly high, gate is locked.
Okay.
You see a back door going into the building.
Can I kind of see any movement from the windows above or in the...
You can see some movement from the windows above, but not really from the ground floor.
Okay. Is there anywhere to like hide and just scoop this place out for a little bit?
Yeah, there's a cafe across the road.
I meant like
Started that rubbish.
I meant like in the back alley kind of way.
Not really, not there. No,
Mm.
it's like buildings are quite close together.
Okay. Maya's gonna head back to the group and just say it's looking like there's a back door, but there's no real extra activity. I could go investigate further, but I don't exactly know. Don't want to exactly be breaking and entering with no real need.
Yeah, this could just be a very nice man who's happy to help, and breaking in could backfire. Yeah.
Okay, well, are we going to go knock then?
I was
I
going
think
to say
that's
it
not a
might
bad
just be the
idea.
next. Yeah, best thing is just knock and be friendly.
Okay.
I still think maybe I think Mercy. See, I'm torn because I feel like we should have someone watching the back door, because I've just got this feeling he's going to do a run or something's going to happen. Yeah, I'm going to say Mercy will. Can you see the alley from the cafe?
Yeah, yes you can. Yeah,
So if someone was to come out, would you be able to see them?
I'd say yes to be able to see anybody. If anybody was
Assuming they
running
were,
out, yeah,
parkouring up sides of buildings and whatnot.
yes.
I mean, I was going to say I'm more than happy to wait out the back and see if anyone starts coming out, but I'm quite good at giving chase.
Well, you might be better than that than me. I don't know. Being told there's an alley, I think what do you need the alley for? Running away. If you're happy to do that,
it's less intimidating having just 4 of us go in. If you're okay doing that, Maya.
Yes.
So go up, you knock the door. Anybody in particular want to ring the doorbell? Or not? He has a doorbell.
Yes, Edward just goes up and just goes ring, 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 ring.
A few moments, you hear footsteps coming down the stairs. The door opens, and quite a middle-aged man is there. Bonjour, messieurs, mesdames. Pouvez-vous m'aider?
we speak English, and in fact, I am English.
Oh, you speak English. Oh, fantastic. Do please come in. Welcome to my shop. My name is Edgar Wellington. I run a taxidermist. How can I help you today?
So have we moved into the shop now?
Yeah, he's invited you into the shop. Yeah.
And is it like a creepy taxidermy place where he's got loads of examples of his
Oh
work?
yeah, definitely. Yeah. In fact, it's a blazing fire in one corner. Like the room is like almost uncomfortably hot. There's like animals of every description: bears, big cats, things dangling from the ceiling. There's large vases with like scented flowers in there. It still smell like formaldehyde though. It's quite overwhelming, actually. I think that's quite overwhelming.
Okay, so back to that Wizard of Oz point. At my workplace, there is a copy where the pictures are done with domes and stuff, and Toto looks like he's been taxidermized and he's being pushed around on a flatbed trolley, and you just have Dorothy with this look on her face like she taxidermized him herself.
Well, you probably see one of those as well, like like toys, like he's trying to make toys out of these taxidermy, like stuffed animals as well. The success of it is probably not what you'd hope it to be, but
I apologize for that creepy image. It's
it's great. You could probably get the feeling you understand why nobody comes to this shop. But he does open the door. He just invites you in, and he goes, "Well, welcome to my shop. You're English. Would you like some tea? I've got some tea going upstairs."
Yes, of course.
Yes, tea would be lovely. Thank you very much.
Hey, anything else I need to know about this guy?
As long as it doesn't taste like almonds. Run away if it tastes like
Yes.
almonds. It smells like almonds. I learnt that from Roald Dahl. Run away.
So he opens a door, which I had to add to this map because for some reason there wasn't a door here, and I thought there should have been a door here. You'll see. No, you can't. Bear with me one moment while I try and figure out why this. Why is that? I ask myself. I'm gonna borrow somebody a moment. Don't mind me. Okay, so it is there just for some. Okay, so none of you had angle on it. So Edgar opens a door that leads into a small corridor. There's a door to the left, door to the right, door to the back, and some stairs. And he invites you all upstairs. He said, my room is upstairs, and you're very welcome to come. I'll get some tea on.
Oh, we all sort of quietly. We all happy to go upstairs.
Yeah. Just heads up. I'm gonna be putting a picture of that specific copy of Wizard of Oz in the group chat for reference.
While you're doing that, I'll move everybody up the stairs. And it's just like, if you want to make a psychology roll on him, you can do. That's absolutely fine if you want to do that.
Oh, sure.
Down a bit to the dining room. I should really give everybody bigger sight ranges. Sorry about that. 1 point in it.
I'm gonna use some luck.
Anybody else want to? Yep. Nancy and Roland. Yep.
She'll have a go. As we're going upstairs, Nancy, as far as she can, would like to. Oh, I'll use 3 points of luck of that as well.
Are we rolling psychology or
Psychology, yeah.
Did you say?
Yep.
Reload.
Nancy would like to sort of try and keep her back towards like the door, as long as she could do it without being rude. She wants to try and keep an exit in mind.
Roland, you just like you just like I'm gonna say you bash your head on the as you're going up the stairs for that. You're so busy looking at him, you just like smack your head on the wall.
Yeah.
So as far as you can see, this guy seems to be what he is. It's like very personable, very amiable, very doesn't seem to be like an evil cultist, if that's what you were worried about.
Land. No pagan altars anywhere.
He leads you into this like dining area. There's like several chairs around the table, and they're all like piled high with various books. But he quickly clears them down for you, and he goes, please, sit down. I'll make the tea right away. Back to my question. What can I do for you? What brings you to my shop? What brings you to Lausanne?
We're actually on the Orient Express. I'm having one last hurrah. Used up all my savings.
Oh, that's
Have you?
That's very good. I wish I could go on the Orient Express, but business is not been kind to me lately, as I'm sure you probably tell. Not many people come here, but Orient Express is something I would like to do. And you're just doing some sightseeing in the city?
Yep. I will be doing later.
Very
Depending on
nice.
what
Very
else
nice.
We've got planned. Everybody else.
Very nice. And the rest of you?
We did have a specific purpose in mind, unrelated to your business. we were recently in Paris, and we are a historical society. Some of it, we live in various places, but we communicate by letters. And we sort of found about this Count Venelik person, and we ended up seeing a doctor who owned that land. And your name came up in a letter you'd sent to the doctor.
Oh, the letter about the scroll.
Yes, the scroll. And as the Orient Express comes through Lausanne, we thought this, it seems a perfect opportunity to just ask you a few questions if you're amenable.
At this point, the door to the kitchen opens and somebody else walks in. It's quite a big man, but you see his head is quite misshapen, and he just without saying anything, he just nods to you, and he just goes and helps himself to some tea and just sits down. You look at him, you realise he doesn't turn his neck left or right. He just sits down. He just stares straight ahead, and he stares at you, Major Mercy, and just he just waves to say go on, carry on, don't mind me. And Edgar says, "Oh, this is my brother William. Sorry, don't mind him. He was injured in the war. It did some bad damage to him, but he's harmless. Carry on."
Yes. So yeah, we were just curious about this scroll, and if there's anything you could tell us.
Scroll, yes. I got the scroll during the war, actually. It was a Frenchman. You know how it is. Soldiers trading rations, trading cigarettes. He had the scroll, and he offered it me in exchange for some of my cigarettes. What was his name now? Raoul Malon, I believe it was. Yeah, Raoul Malon. And he said this scroll had been in his family for some time, but he seemed quite happy to sell it to me, trade it for me.
And he taken the scroll to the front lines?
I believe it thought it brought him luck, if I remember. So.
Oh well. So you have the scroll in your possession?
I do, yes. It's a funny thing. It's mixture of Arabic, Turkish. I haven't been able to make head nor tail with it. Language isn't my forte, you understand, sir. But he did mention my friend Raoul mentioned something about something called Sedefkar Simulacrum, and I just wanted to know some more information about it. He said that his family had a run-in with this Comte Fenelik in the Revolution, and he had this statue. Yeah, have you heard of him, sir?
Yes. My ancestor James Howley wrote about him.
James Howley. Raoul mentioned it. His ancestor, his great grandfather had someone in his unit called James Howley. Louis Malon, I believe his name was Captain Louis Malon. Does that name sound familiar?
Yes, I do believe it does.
Oh well, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance, sir. Doubly pleased to make your acquaintance. Yes, I do have the scroll here with me, but I'm afraid that I've had an offer to buy it. I've had an offer to buy it for, I believe, £250 pounds. What would that be in francs? Whatever the equivalent in Swiss francs is. £250 from a very good friend of mine. He's offered to buy it from me.
Oh, well, is there a chance we could just have a look at it before you sell it?
I do have it somewhere for safekeeping, sir. I'm going to try and retrieve it later on for my friend once he brings the money.
Ah, I see.
And it's at this moment, Maya, where are you exactly, by the way? Where are you exactly?
I would probably be kind of almost lurking around the entrance to the alleyway, not trying to look inconspicuous, but keeping an eye on the kind of
You
back
probably
door of.
you obviously don't know anything. You can see movement going from upstairs. You don't really see any movement, anything. I'm going to take off dynamic lighting on this because this is actually on this size map. This is a bit more annoying than I thought it was going to be. So I'm just going to turn off the dynamic lighting so you can see it. There we go. That's what the entire thing looks like. You probably see that. Reason to hide it. So, Maya, as you look around, you see quite a fancy car driving up to the down the road, trying to work its way down this narrow road. It stops outside the shop, and you see someone get out. You see, like, the driver go around, open the back door, and you see a rather rotund man. He's like got sweat matted hair. He's got a moustache, dressed very respectably. Looks to be middle-aged. If you think Poirot, but with more hair, like probably Albert Finney sort of Poirot, that's probably the effect we're going for here. But he gets out of the car, straightens his jacket. Got a picture of him, actually. And he will he will knock on the door, ring the doorbell.
Okay.
And Edgar says, "Oh, do please excuse me. I must see who that is at the door." Edgar moves downstairs. Anybody else going with him, or are you all staying upstairs?
Edward will go with him.
Okay. Those of you who remain upstairs in the kitchen, it's that sort of like awkward silence. William's still there, like staring directly at Major Mercy. Although he looks down, he's got he has like a notepad, and he writes down the notepad things like, "Welcome to Lausanne. Fine day outside. How are you?"
Pleasure to meet you, William. Sebastian Mercy.
Oh, and he just like write down, "Nice to meet you." Did anybody else go down with Edward, by the way? Just out of interest.
No, Nancy would have
No.
stayed upstairs. I suppose the thing Nancy would be looking for is anyone wearing like any feathers sitting around anywhere.
That diary really got to you. No, there's no feathers around.
Oh, cool.
In fact, Edward, there's no need for you to go downstairs actually, because shortly after, a few minutes after going downstairs, Edgar returns upstairs, and he has somebody with him. And let me just try and arrange people on this map in a more convenient way. You're there. Edgar's there, and Vince is killing everybody. Door open, and this person arrives with you. I'll put him on the map. Messieurs, mesdames, mes amis, bonjour. Edgar told me that he had company. I hope I am not interrupting anything.
No, just a friendly conversation.
Bon. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the Duc Jean Floresses de Descent. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And he makes a point of taking Nancy's hand and kissing it. Mademoiselle.
Enchanté.
Enchanté, mademoiselle.
It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance.
I see.
Mademoiselle Sutherland.
It is a pleasure to meet someone of such high breeding. And your companions, your amis here. May I have the pleasure of your acquaintance as well?
Nancy introduces them. These are my friends, Major Sebastian Mercy and Monsieur Roland Billiot and
Bon.
and Monsieur Edward Beatty.
Bon. It is a pleasure to meet you all. Edgar, Monsieur Wellington. I did stop by asking if you had the scroll ready for purchase. And Edgar says, Monsieur le Duc, I do have the scroll, but it turns out these people here are also interested in buying the scroll. Is that correct?
Did we
Is that
say we were buying, or were we just interested in its history?
I don't think we said we were buying it, but like certainly I was
Yeah.
considering at the very least saying we might.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to go along with that if that gets.
Yeah,
us a chance
he's
Yeah.
chosen his words carefully. He knows exactly what he's saying. Duke goes, you wish to buy the scroll as well. This is very interesting, mes amis. I tell you what, there is a cafe in Lausanne where Edgar and myself and some of our friends sometimes meet. It is called Le Chat Noir, the Black Cat, I believe in English. We sometimes meet there for discussions, to share the news of the day, to share memories of our homelands. And if you would be so kind as to meet with us there, perhaps we can, how do you say, bid for it?
Well, he was a duke, wasn't he?
Yes, Duke
Okay.
Jean Florestas de Descent.
Yes.
I will
Your
be
Grace,
testing. I will be testing you on that later.
Yes. Your Grace, I believe Your Grace is the correct title for a duke. I think.
Oh, please, Monsieur le Duc is fine.
Monsieur le Duc.
Let's go to Duck.
How is it you two are friends? Obviously a duke and Edgar, a proprietor of this business. How did you become friends?
It is a remarkable circumstance, isn't it? I would Mr. Wellington here. It turns out we have somewhat of a shared interest. Is that right, Edgar? Edgar looks a bit sheepish, and Duke Jean says, yes, it turns out we are both interested in how you say the occult. It turns out we have common ground there, and it's through that we're able to cultivate our friendship.
And these other friends at the Black Cat, is that the shared interest of the group?
Oh, we have many interests: history, occult, Paris, Lausanne, Switzerland, England. Mr. Wellington is a font of valuable memories, valuable stories about England, very amusing stories about England. It is an odd friendship, I agree, but we make it work. Don't we, Edgar?
Does Edgar seem like uncomfortable, or that they are genuinely sort of like friendly, or does it seem just sort of forced?
Roland, make me a psychology roll for that. I know it's only I know you only got a 10, but I still make me a psychology roll for Roland. You're asking.
I just have a funny feeling because I think Roland would sort of see this guy come in all sort of, because he's quite down to earth, and this guy come in all sort of pomp and sort of like suave, and that get an instant sort of dislike.
Maybe he should fly south for the winter.
Very close, very close. So I know it's not a success, but what I will say is that Edgar seems in agreement with the Duke, but there's something else to their dealings with each other which you can't quite put your finger on. But there's nothing that you see that outright contradicts what he's saying.
I think that Major Mercy would be probably quite aware of class distinctions and Like, is that what's causing this thing of like one's a duke and one is not part of the
Be-
aristocracy and is not
Could very well be.
that.
Very well be. Yep.
Mhm. So out of character, are we thinking we'll go to this Black Cat place? Is that what the
I think that would be what Nancy would be wanting to do, but also possibly leave at least someone to watch the shop and see what happens as well.
again? This is sort of like a little sidebar between us.
Yeah, that's fine.
Should we ask to see it first so we can have some idea of what it's worth?
Hmm.
Okay.
That would probably be sensible.
Mr. Wellington, would it be possible for us to, at the very least, peruse this document before we get involved in a bidding war?
I'm sorry, sir. I would love to oblige you, but it's in a bank vault at the moment. I won't be able to get access to it until this evening.
That's a bank with very odd hours, but yes, fair enough. Well, we'll have to have some time at least to have a look at the item before the bidding. Just
Of course. And the Duke says, "I have an idea. We arranged to meet this evening at the Chat Noir at 8 o'clock, I believe we said, Edgar. In the meantime, would you care for a tour of Lausanne? I'd be very happy to show you around."
It sounds fascinating. I would love a tour of Lausanne, if you're sure you have the time.
Oh, mademoiselle, for you, I will make the time.
Yeah, I'm most grateful.
Is this going to be another session where Maya does nothing because Maya's just like looks in one place all the time?
Maya's too good at her job. But there'll be a time when this is crucial and it'll pay off.
So, going to go back to the main Lausanne map, as Edgar says, please excuse me, I do have some business to attend to, and he ushers you all out. The Duke takes you to his car. We'll say it's big enough for you all. Are you all going, or is Maya staying? Or would Maya like to have a tour of Lausanne?
Oh, that's a very good question. Maya's gonna stay, I think, just in case.
You could, so maybe if this Edgar fellow leaves,
Yeah, tail him.
tail him, yeah.
I'm just looking at the stream, and we got an Honor Among Thieves ad going.
Hooray!
On Call of Cthulhu, not the.
Not Dungeons and Dragons. Good odd. Yeah, that's the automatic adverts. So the four of you, Ron, Nancy, Major Mercy, and Edward, get into Monsieur Le Duc's car. It's big enough for everybody. His chauffeur opens the door for you, and the Duke taps the chauffeur and says, "Take us around the city. Start with the cathedral." And as you're driving around, the cathedral is very close by, as you can see. The Duke tells you about the site, the cathedral. Huge Gothic cathedral, built between 1235 and 1275, consecrated by Pope Gregory X. He tells you that one of the oldest statues in the cathedral is of Otho of Granson, who was killed in a judicial duel in 1398. And he says it's very peculiar. The hands of the statue are missing. Nobody quite knows why. He tells you about the crypts of the church. He tells you that there's rumours that the foundations of the cathedral predate the actual construction of the cathedral by a long way. Then he taps the driver again. To the library, please. And he tells you, he brings you to the library. This is location 2 on the map. Yes, this was this Italian building was presented to the museum in 1840 by Monsieur de Chantier. It holds lots of very fine Roman coins, vases, medals from the ancient settlements that used to be here. The library has over 120,000 volumes, so if you are to peruse the library, it is a very good place for knowledge. I say it is one of the best organized libraries I have ever seen in my life, and I've seen very, very many, monsieur. You can interrupt if you want to ask. If you want to ask him questions as well, please feel free. Yep.
So I was going to say, you mentioned before that you had an interest in the occult. Is there any particular books or resources in the library that you have found that are particularly fine or give particularly interesting information?
Myself, there are many resources in the library, both common books and very hard to find books. I believe there is some books on psychic powers, some books on unexplained monsters, some books on sites of power. A very nice set of these books actually. That looks very attractive on the shelf. There's the books on children's book on ghosts, I believe. Some company called Usborne book on ghosts. Yes, it is. It is a veritable font of information. I've whiled away many an hour there with books from that library.
Monsieur le Duc, did you say, everything that you're not from Switzerland?
Very well spotted, monsieur. It does not, although I suppose it does not tax the little grey cells very much to spot that. No, I'm originally from France. My family was a long line of nobles. And, I have been traveling around for the past few years. I'm the sort of person never to settle in one place for too long. So I've been here for about a year and a half now. Probably look to move from here within the next few years. Yes, my life. I seek adventure. I seek exploration, and I've moved around a lot. I've lived in a lot of different places.
Keeper, judging on this fellow's age, would he have been the right age to have fought in the First World War?
Judging on this person's age, let me just get his age out for you. So we are talking in the region of early 40s, so possibly.
Right. I think that's what Mercy is.
I think that's about right then for the First World War. Yes.
And I will ask if he did serve in the Great War.
Yes, monsieur. Oui, monsieur. I did serve. It is a very, very tragic affair. That was. I hope that they called it the War to End All Wars, and I hope fervently that it is true.
Like, I kind of want to check. I want to ask him which side he fought on, because obviously he's French. But if he's saying like he's moving around, that might be more complicated. But that's probably, not the thing to ask.
Would you like to make some sort of roll for that?
I might ask him like where he was stationed, where he fought. Like this is Berlin, like.
I was well, this is where my lack of knowledge of the First World War comes in, because I want to say he wasn't quite on the front lines. He's like, somewhere behind the lines, is like, most of the officers were, but he was definitely on the Allied side, not on the Berlin side. So, however that translates into actual text, yeah.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
But he definitely wasn't on the German side.
Yeah. All right. I want to know more about this occult society as well. I keep thinking I'm gonna have to shoot people. I don't know why. I keep
Get trigger happy.
I know.
He will tap the driver on the shoulder again, and this time you travel north out of the city. to Le Signal, which is like a viewpoint on top of a hill, and it offers a marvelous view of Lake Geneva. You can see it like spread out in front of you, with the Alps in the distance. And the Duke says, "Over there, my friend, mes amis, you see that is Italy over there. Have you ever been to Italy? Perhaps Edgar tells me you are going on the Orient Express. Perhaps you will visit Italy."
That is certainly scheduled.
Is it somewhere you said you'd moved around? Is it somewhere that you have lived in the past?
Oui. Florence, Venice, Roma. Very beautiful country.
I'm very much looking forward to it. I believe that we will be visiting Milan.
Oh, Milano, Le Teatro. You are going to the Teatro de Scala.
We
That's-
are.
Oh, very beautiful. I've not had the opportunity. Actually, no, I have heard. I believe I heard an opera there many number of years ago. But yes, it is definitely it's like missed. Going to come back to Maya for a moment. Maya, you're staking out the shop. You do see Edgar leave the shop,
Okay.
and he just like walks up the road.
I'm going to try and follow him, but be stealthy about it.
Stealth roll, please.
Yep. Nope, that's the wrong character.
Mhm.
Da-da-da.
Wow, hard success. Yeah, you are cat-like. You do not make any sound whatsoever. You know, like in like the games like Assassin's Creed, where the target stops and just like looks around randomly.
Yeah.
You see that coming a mile off, and he just does not see you. It's quite disappointing actually. He goes to a nearby baker's shop and just like gets some bread. Then he goes to a grocer's shop, gets some fruit and veg. Gets a paper from the wherever news agent there is.
Hmm.
Doesn't seem to be like doing anything out of the ordinary that you'd think.
I just stay and follow and keep an eye on him.
Okay. Return to the others. After showing you the view at the Signal, Duke will take you to. He says, "And now, I suppose it is fair to show you where we'll be meeting this evening. Driver, please, les Chat Noir." And that is the blue ring on your map. It is a large French cafe near the museum. Looking out over the Place de Collage, and he tells you that it is the best wine in the city, and the food is some of the best that I've had. It is the sort of place where one can relax, one can enjoy, one can meet with friends. In the distance, you hear the clock at the cathedral dong. It's probably about 5 o'clock now. And the Duke says, "Excusez-moi, messieurs, mesdames. I must leave you here. I do have some business matters to attend to, but I will see you all here at 8 o'clock. Mademoiselle, enchanté."
Merci beaucoup, monsieur.
So, what do you wish to do for the next couple of hours?
Badmouth the Duke and say how terrible a person he clearly is. I don't like him.
Edward's kind of suspicious about him also.
Is the library still open?
The library is still open.
Guess what Nancy's going to do?
Good thinking. Right, you're looking for Nancy. You'll be looking for occult stuff, I take it.
Of course.
Nancy, can you make me a library use roll, and I require a difficult roll, please? A hard success.
Oh, that's okay. I don't need it.
This has not been that word has not been updated. If you wish to spend 1 point of luck to make that a hard success,
I will spend that 1 point of luck, yes.
You're searching through the books.
Yeah.
You do find this set of of books to do with unexplained phenomena, psychic powers and stuff. But in one corner of a shelf, it looks like it's not been very used. You find a rather mouldy book. It's probably about 6 inches by 11 inches. The title of it is in German. It's called Unaussprechlichen Kulten.
Well, that looks evil and awful. Nancy does speak some German.
Hey, I'd like to peruse the book.
Yes, please.
So, this is about various cults and secret societies. Looking at it would take quite a while to actually read really properly, but just skimming through, there's chapters on various cults, various secret societies. Looks like there's well, you were in the catacombs in Paris, weren't you?
Yeah.
You read of some descriptions of creatures that do resemble the creature Guillaume that you encountered in the catacombs in Paris, and how to contact them. You see strange rites for contacting strange beings. Nancy, you want the good news or the bad news?
Well, I'm going to get both of them. Let's go good first.
You can add +5 to your Cthulhu mythos.
Oh. Do I need to do a sanity roll?
You don't need to do a sanity roll.
Right.
You do need to roll me 2d8.
Oh no. Hang on, I need to find my Cthulhu mythos first, and then I need to find some D8. +5 to my Cthulhu mythos.
That's correct.
Oh no, I've got 5 in Cthulhu mythos.
Yay!
On the nubbin.
You're slightly more madder now than you were. Yeah,
That sounds like a good sound.
that comes off your sanity.
Oh,
God,
good.
Lord.
What's your sanity before this?
86.
So it's not a 5th, so you're fine, but it is more than 5 at once, so you do need to make me an intelligence roll.
2 seconds, just while I take that off my... Oh no, you need to stay on there.
That is a huge hit.
Oh, this is the first time I've lost any sanity, so I can't complain too much. Intelligence, yeah?
Yes.
Come on.
I've got your sheet up here as well.
Yeah, do you want to do your sheet? At some point, it's going to roll me like 3 intelligence in a row.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need that table then. Your mind just kind of shuts down and compartmentalizes it.
Cool.
So you don't need to make any roll for bouts of madness or anything. But yeah. That's yours now.
Wonderful. It was bound to happen at some point when she's reading weird and wonderful shit.
Yep. What's everybody else doing?
This cathedral sounded suspicious.
The suspicious cathedral.
I want to see about this guy with no hands.
Do we have one of his hands?
Don't have it. No, it's not that. It's not that statue. No, it's not that statue.
No.
Do we have a cast of one of his hands?
Sadly not. But Major Mercy. Anybody else want to go to the cathedral, or do you want to do other things? While you're deciding that, Maya, you do see Edgar re-emerge from the house. You going to follow him again?
Yep.
I won't make you roll again, but you follow him to a stationer's shop.
Stationer's shop.
Yes, a stationer's shop. And
Okay.
after a while, a few minutes, He emerges from the shop with a parcel on his hand, under his arm.
All right.
About a foot long, say.
Mm-hmm.
Wrapped in brown paper, you can't see what it is, but he just like carries it under his arm to the shop.
Okay. On his way, can I make it look like I'm accidentally bumping into him in case and try and get him to drop it?
You can do, yeah. What roll would that be? That would be a dexterity roll. Yeah, he's not looking, and he just like bumming and goes, sorry, excusez-moi, mademoiselle. He hasn't met you yet. Excusez-moi, mademoiselle. I didn't see you there. And he does drop his parcel on the floor, and he like bends down to pick it up.
I was going to say Maya also kind of bends down to pick it out, and it's like, oh no, sorry. I did not see you there either. I was in a bit of a rush. Can I help you with your parcel? It's the least I can do.
Merci, mademoiselle. It's no trouble really. And as I take it, you're like trying to feel the parcel as you're doing this.
Yes.
Inside it's like covered in brown paper, as I said, but it does like kind of like a leathery feel inside, like some sort of ouch or something. Difficult to tell what it is inside that, though, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Okay. So, major mercy to the cathedral. Nancy was in the library. Edward and Roland, what should you two like to be doing?
I mean, I'm happy to do some sightseeing. I did say about
Of course.
that, yes, because I mean it's still my sort of trip, my one-off trip kind of thing. I'll do.
Oh, of course, yeah. So
don't let Cthulhu get in the way of your holiday.
Sometimes yourself, haven't you? So you probably like the library, the museum, the library, and the cathedral very close together. So you probably just like do some sightseeing. You can do some sightseeing there. Probably go and see the Roman coins and vases that the Duke told you about in the museum. Edward, what should you like to do?
Go to the museum.
Okay, another one for the museum. So Roland to the museum. So yeah, as I said before with the Duke, Major Mercy, you go to the cathedral, and more information in this. So I'll read you Major Mercy. This is basically the guidebook. that you would have with you. So this Protestant cathedral was built in the 11th century. It is a massive building of early Gothic design with 5 towers in the Romanesque style. The terrace on which it stands is approached from the Place de Palu by a covered flight of 164 steps. The famous rose window in the south transept contains an 18th century glass representing the universe. The nave and choir... Sorry, thank you very much. The nave and choir contain many fine monuments, including one to Otto III of Castle Granson. Although Otto fell in a judicial duel, it should be noted that the absence of hands to the figure has no symbolic significance. The terrace, formerly the churchyard, commands a fine view of the town, the lake, and the Alps. The prospect is still more extensive from the summit of the tower. The admission charge is £1. The cathedral is open weekdays 9 to 6. Cantonal Museum for Roland and Edward. The Musée Cantonal is in the college near the cathedral. This large, modern Italian Renaissance-style building contains a collection of Roman coins, medals, and vases, relics of Aventicum and Vidi, and the ancient Lausanne. Its prize exhibit is in the Cabinet of Natural History, a collection of freshwater conchilia, or shells, presented to the museum in 1840 by Monsieur de Chantier, which will well repay the attention of the amateur naturalist. The library has over 120,000 volumes, and the admission charge is 60 centimes, open Wednesday and Saturday 10 to 4. I hope you got all that. That's all in the that's all from the Traveller's Companion. So that's basically what you see. It's exactly as it is. So 7:30 approaches. You wish to do?
Oh, was there any significance I got from this statue or this window of the universe? Because that sounded suspicious as well.
Not really. No.
I'm very suspicious.
You are very suspicious, yes, but
Yeah.
in this case, it does not bear fruit.
Yeah. Well, I'll head back to this cafe. I mean, Maya has no idea where we're going to be.
I have no idea. No.
Was Maya content in just feeling that parcel? Because I was convinced there was going to be a mugging / robbery / murder.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have any dice handy. I was going to roll for it. Tell you what.
It'd be very hard to slide your hand away from him if he's actually carrying it and it's big enough for him to carry.
You what? Sorry.
I think by this point he would have just picked up the. He would have been. You wouldn't have been able to get the parcel. You wouldn't have been able. Would not been able to get the parcel from him.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well.
That's the most restrained I've ever seen you show, Robin. If that.
I know where he lives.
Don't forget, there are police in town as well.
Oh yes.
Swiss police, though. I don't know. They could be the most terrifying police in the whole world. I don't know.
I'm going to say Maya's going to wait until he goes to bed.
Okay, so Maya's still staking out. You're still staking out the front of the place.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
Because presumably he's going to be coming to this cafe. I know you don't know this, but the cafe at 8.
Okay.
Will you not be following him then? Oh, all right then.
Yeah, Maya's going to wait until he thinks that he's either gone to bed or she sees him leaving again.
That is absolutely fine. So, as 7:30 rolls around, the four of you, Edward, Sebastian, Nancy, and Roland, arrive at the Chat Noir. You enter the cafe, and you are taken to a table. You say do you say why you're there? You say you're with the Duke. Yes.
Yeah.
Very well. You are shown to a table which is big enough for everybody, for yourselves, Edgar, Duke. Do you get your drink? Do you get some drinks, some snacks, or are you just waiting?
I mean, if they've got tea, obviously, I'll have some tea.
Nancy would.
Maya's still outside the shop.
Yeah.
Shop's closed. There's a close. The sign has turned to closed on the shop. You don't see any movement downstairs.
You don't see any movement upstairs.
Probably
no kind of signs of lights or anything.
Curtains are being pulled on it, so yeah, probably not really seeing signs of life up there.
Okay. Maya's going to give it what time did you say it was?
It's about coming up to 7:30 at the moment.
Okay, Maya's going to wait till about midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Before kind of planning to make an
entrance.
Yes.
Cool. So everybody else, at about 8 o'clock, somebody else strolls in. This is a person you have not seen before, and he too is directed to your table. And he goes, you must also be here for the auction. Maximilian von Wertheim. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nancy's taken against him straight away.
I have been sent word by the Duke. He apologizes for both himself and Wellington. They have been delayed by last minute business. they will be along as soon as possible. In the meantime, I'm sure we can get to know each other a bit better before they come.
What does this guy look like?
Oh boy, fairly
I
nondescript.
mean, I think I'm trying to wondering if he's a heavy, like.
No,
this
not particularly strong. Not particularly
No.
strong. Let me just get details up and see if I can form a picture of him. So probably average build. Probably clean shaven. Dark hair. Like sort of person you wouldn't really look at twice.
Hmm.
Looks quite young, mid-20s.
And what is your connection to all of this?
I sometimes meet with Herr Wellington and the Duke as part of their little club. I've not been able to come every time, but I've been able to come some of the times. I find them very, very interesting conversationalists. I don't often agree with what they talk about, but it's still it's a pleasant way to pass the time.
Strange, isn't it? This young bloke, another sort of class difference, I would guess.
And is this the occult club you're referring to?
Yes, yeah. Mine here. That is correct. Should we get some food? I'm feeling. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling quite hungry. Let's just get some food. And he snaps his fingers for a waiter. And he orders some.
Oh, I mean that's the worst sign of a person in the history of the world, that. But
Nancy was right to take against him.
we're just English people traveling around Europe being horrible to Europeans. That's how it.
How much has changed in 100 years?
I'd say more than 100 years, given the 100-year war.
Right. And as he sits down and he like starts like tell you about himself, completely unbidden, tell you about himself, to the point where you can't get a word in.
Do we learn anything about him while he's talking this that is like particularly relevant, like why he's here? Or
You
how he is related to this?
get the feeling that it's all rubbish, all absolute toss what he's telling you. Some bits maybe ring true, but some bits seem widely blown out of proportion.
Lovely. It's not even just Nancy that's taken against him now. Sarah hates him.
What time is it getting on to at this point?
It's getting well past time of the appointment, and neither the Duke nor Edgar have shown up. Maya, you don't see anything at the house.
Okay. And there's been no sign of anyone apart from Edgar entering.
You haven't seen anything.
Okay. And it's all looking deadly quiet upstairs.
It's all looking deathly quiet upstairs.
So how quiet's the street at the minute?
I'd say the streets, nobody there, nobody walking.
Okay. Maya's going to try and unlock the front door. Actually, no, there might be a bell on the front door, like as you enter. So she's going to go to the back door and try and do it.
Ooh,
Going to try the back door. Okay.
that was one of that would get inspiration if this was a different game in my
Oh
book,
yeah,
but
I agree. What's
clever idea.
everybody else doing? Are you sticking around listening to this chap babble on about nothing, or are you gonna? What are you gonna?
Well, I basically want to talk over him at some point and say, are you just here to keep us away from Mr. Wellington and this auction? I feel like you're a diversion.
What do you want to do about it?
He
doesn't
I'm
say
saying
that.
that
He
to him,
doesn't.
so-
He doesn't say that. Okay. He just like blustered and said, "I don't know what we're talking about." Herr Wellington said he will be here. The Duke said they will be here. Did I ever tell you about the time And he just carries on.
Did I ever tell you about the time? God, this is awful. Did I tell you the time that we defeated Germany in the Great War?
Wow. Maya, can you make me a climb roll, please? Actually, going over the back fence. Or do you want to try? Actually, no. I'll give you the choice. Do you want to try the fence or the gate?
I was going to say the gate was lower, wasn't it?
Gate was the gate's lower. Yeah.
I was going to say, but the gate will be obviously more likely to be looked at. Would anything happen? So she's going to go over the gate, so over the fence rather.
Okay, make me a climb roll, please. The time is now probably getting on for about 10 o'clock. You easily get over the gates. That's not a problem. To the back door.
Yep. I'm assuming it is locked.
Oh no, it isn't. It's slightly ajar.
All right. Maya's going to just peek inside and see what she can see.
It's dark inside. I'm going to go back to the other map, and I'm just going to put Maya in. So I just need to clear some of these things off. One moment, while I just pop the players around.
Well, looks like it's time.
Something was.
What?
It looks like
Video
something.
started playing.
It looks like something's done. So Maya, you are at the back of the shop, coming into the back of the shop, and it's very dark in there. Can't really see anything. It's very dark in there.
Can I hear anything?
Make me a listen roll. Don't hear anything.
Okay. And it was a long, thin package you picked up, wasn't it?
Yes.
Is it obviously lying around here or anything?
Do you have any sort of light? Well, I would say you've got a flashlight with you if you want.
Yeah.
You play the light around the workroom, and it's just like here. What's it? Workroom. See like work table. You see tools and knives on the walls, shelves, wires, like all the tools and things that you'd expect. Plaster wood fiber for stuffing animals. Probably the odd carcass here and there. No package that you can see. All quite creepy.
Or anything that looks kind of leathery, like what I felt through the package.
No, not in this room. No.
Okay. I'm going to try and sneak to the. Let's go to the shop front first.
Okay. To the shop front.
And I'm being stealthy, obviously.
We'll take. Do you want to run me stealth roll just for the to keep things straight? Just make a stealth roll. Wow. This is what Myra's good at. Seriously, don't forget to tick all these off. By the way, this is great.
I did tell you she was good at the less than legal stuff.
This is why she's here.
So you go into the shop front, and it's very eerie. You got all these animals just like in various different poses, like roaring, whatever, eyes glinting, reflecting in your torch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to make a sanity roll because this is very creepy. Make me a sanity roll, please. You're fine. You're fine. But it's still just like somewhat unnerving.
I'm glad I don't have to go into these types of places often.
You just have to maneuver, you're fine.
Yeah, that too.
Once again, the shop seems deserted.
And likewise, no kind sign of anything that looks like it could be the right shape or from the package.
Just
okay.
You did pass two other doors, one on your left, one on your right, and a staircase as you move to the shop front. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go into the. We'll go into the store. I'm assuming it's like a storeroom.
It is a storeroom. I'll just move you in there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This contains barrels of sawdust, jars of chemicals, various like tool tools. Looks like there's a bear that's like a work in progress in here. Like it's not completed yet.
Mhm.
But as you
Maya's
open the door for a
But-
moment, as you open the door and you play the torch, you think this bear is like lunging at you. But
Yeah.
then you just like recover yourself. It's just like, this bear has not been finished yet.
Yeah. Again, gonna have a little look. Gonna bury in the sawdust in case it's in there.
Not in there, no. Bear's mouth is wide open.
Nothing in the bear's mouth.
The bear's mouth, good for trying, but nothing in the bear's mouth, no.
Was worth a look. Doesn't particularly want to put a hand in chemicals because I don't know what they do. But can I have a look in the barrel of chemicals in case there's something under the water there?
You shine your torch in there, and again, you don't see anything.
Okay. In that case, we'll go through to the other door. And of course, I'm shutting these doors behind me leaving them as they are.
Absolutely fair. The study. Playing your light around, desk, chair, records, record books around. Nothing special here.
Is there anything like in the records or anything about unusual purchases?
Make me an accounting roll.
Where the heck's that?
Hey.
Oh, this is probably gonna fail. Yeah,
That
I
does
thought
quite
that
a
might.
lot. You don't see anything we don't really know what you're looking for, but nothing leaps out at you.
Okay. And just gonna rummage around in the desk, see if there's anything in there.
Nothing really, no.
Okay. And nothing that looks like this parcel she saw.
Nope.
Righty-ho. Just gonna sneak upstairs if possible.
That's absolutely fine. So you go up the stairs. At the top of the stairs, you've got the door in front of you, door to your left, a bit further around, door to the right. Door in front of you is open. The door to your left is open.
So this door and this door.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Can I hear anything at all before I go investigate?
Listen roll, please.
Where's it gone?
Jesus.
Wow. You strain your ears listening, but you don't hear anything.
Okay. So first off, I'll go have a look in the door to my left.
This is a bedroom. Okay, this is a bedroom. You can see in the corner there's a writing desk. There's a book on the writing desk, looks open. There's a side table, looks like there's a drawer in it. But this is not the first thing that you see.
What's the first thing that I see?
See a dead body lying on the bed.
Lovely.
Sanity roll.
Edgar's.
You've never met Edgar. Sanity roll, please. Oh, sorry, I'll rephrase that. Make me the sanity roll and I'll retrace that. 1 point of sanity for that. You have met Edgar, and this is indeed Edgar as you play your torch across the body. Yes, it is Edgar. He is dead.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Can I see what killed him, potentially?
Ooh. Do you have any you don't have any medicine or first aid, do you?
I have... Let's have a look. Where's your medicine? Yeah, I've got a bit of first aid. I've got 30 in first aid.
I'll give you your choice, spot hidden or first aid.
Spot hidden, please.
Okay, make your spot hidden. See 2 needle marks in his left arm. Oh, correction, I should read this before I say this. You look at his arm, you see in his arms In his left arm, you see lots of needle marks, old needle marks, and one new fresh needle mark. In his right arm, you see a single needle mark.
Okay. Looking around the room, Maya's going to assume it's potentially drugs of some sort. Is there any kind of indication of that?
Oh boy, there's a list of stuff here. If you make, are you basically turning the room, looking around the room, looking over the room?
Yes.
Well, going in order, you see the book on the desk. Looks like it's a diary.
Mm-hmm.
Which you can read if you wish to.
Yes, I will, please.
Okay. I'm glad you wish to read this.
Good. Right, okay. So, I'll start reading this, I'm assuming.
You'll start reading this, yep. To yourself.
Yep.
No, read it out loud, but nobody else knows about this, obviously.
Yes. The Diary of Edgar Wellington. Selected entries. November 3rd, 1920. It would have suited our family better if we had died in the war. Dead heroes are more convenient than the broken living. March 5th, 1921. Now we are in Switzerland. Here we can live in peace. September 17th, 1921. The Duke's conversation is without Pierre. When I listen to him, I forget my own memories. November 10th, 1921. The books the Duke loaned me have opened my eyes. Perhaps that old Arabic scroll of mine holds mysteries as yet unknown. February 2nd, 1922. I have received the translation of Marlon's scroll. I wonder if this I can never say that myself.
Sedefkar Simulacrum.
Yes, yet exists. June 25th, 1922. The trail ends in 1789. I've written to the owners of the Comte's house. I would go there, but I cannot leave William alone. October 3rd, 1922. The Duke has given me something for my insomnia. I slept deeply and had the most vivid dream of Lausanne in olden times. November 12th, 1922. 2 nights ago I held a brass button in my hand as I slept, and set down in Dream Lausanne. When I awoke, it was gone. The next night I fetched it back in my dream and woke with it clasped in my hand. January 1st, 1923. I hold no hope for this new year. My researches lead nowhere. And soon my habit will cost us our shop. Where will William live then? January 5th, 1923. I fear I must sell the scroll. The Duke would be interested, but I need another bidder to drive the price against him. I have it hidden in the Dream Lausanne for safekeeping. Today's date, success. Tomorrow I am sure I ought to make the sale and our lives begin anew.
You.
How big's the book?
You could take it with you.
Yeah, I'm going to pocket it and take it with me.
You also find a receipt on the desk for quite a large amount of money.
Yeah.
You find a green bottle full of some clear liquid, and there's a label on it. Dream Lausanne. Dream Lausanne. On the floor below the desk, you find an empty bottle and a syringe. And maybe one final spot hidden.
Sorry, I'm making notes.
Want me to run over anything
again? Another spot hidden.
Yeah, just one more spot hidden, please.
Anything you'd like to say, Al?
Oh, you know what? I'm using 2 luck on that.
I don't blame you. As you're looking down, reaching down to peering to look at this syringe and the bottle, you happen to look under the bed, and you see the package. You see the package.
Okay.
What do you wish to
So
do?
I'm going to take the receipt. What's the receipt for?
Difficult to say. It's a large amount of money made out to the Duke.
Okay. I'm going to pocket that.
Mm-hmm.
The green bottle is Dreamless on.
Yep.
I'm going to take that. And can I take the package as well?
Take the package as well.
Mm-hmm. And then I've kind of got what I came in for, so I think I'm probably going to sneak out again. And I'm going to dust for any prints that I've left to make sure that...
Takes you a bit of time.
Silence.
As you leave the shop, are you leaving out the way you came?
I'd probably be looking to make sure the coast was clear first, but yes.
As you leave, make me a luck roll, please.
Oh, no, that's sanity, sorry.
You
Wrong one.
can do that as well if you want to. Oh, look at that. Wow. You leave and the street is still quiet outside.
Okay.
Everybody else, are you still sticking around or are you leaving? Are you still sticking around at the Chat Noir or are you leaving the Chat Noir?
At this point in time, Nancy will be sticking with the group. I know that's a total cop out, but it's getting late at night, and
Yeah, I mean, it's still a nice club. I take it, so you might as well make the.
Oh no, I'm wanting to leave. I'm wanting
Nice.
to go to Edgar's house because I feel we've just been given the runaround.
That's fair enough as well. See if we can locate the bloke, because
So, are we all going to head to Edgar's house?
yeah, it's late at night. Yeah.
And I will shout at this German fellow and tell him what I think of him.
You all leave the club, make your way back to Edgar Wellington's house on Rue Saint-Etienne, just in time to see Maya emerging from the alley.
Hello.
Hello. You've been gone a long time.
True. And can we catch each other up?
Yeah.
Quickly as to say.
You can either play it out, or we can just say, like, no, everything that Maya discovered, Maya tells you.
Yeah, Maya would say, oh, by the way, Edgar's dead.
Oh.
Oh, well,
That
he's
explains why
dead.
he doesn't turn up.
I mean, he was murdered, right? Like
couldn't say for certain, but there was definitely he was definitely taking something.
It seems very convenient.
And I kind of show the diary out. Like, I'm assuming we're down a back alley or something, somewhere a bit.
I'd say you find a hidden place, like, hole up while you're saying this. It could even be like making your way back to the hotel, to be honest.
Yeah, like just trying to show it off discreetly.
Mm-hmm.
It seems very convenient that he would, or inconvenient, depending on your point of view, but that he would die at the moment, even if he has been taking something regularly. It would. I mean, if I had to guess, I would say the Dukes had him killed, so there wouldn't be any, rival bidders.
Potentially.
But then, have we actually looked in this package?
Yeah,
Maya's
no.
kind of keeping that hidden for the time being. She's not opening it out in the public. So it said she's got it, but she won't be opening it until we're safely behind a locked door.
Okay. We can say you return to your hotel then. If you wish to carry on the conversation, we can say you return to your hotel and secure yourselves in one of your rooms. Want to carry on?
Yeah. Once she's kind of behind a closed door in the hotel, she'd kind of beckon everyone over and start opening it.
It is a leather pouch. Inside the leather pouch is a scroll, elaborately tied and sealed with fresh red wax.
Well, let's open it up, and
Can
I'm
somebody?
happy to break the seal if that's an issue.
Well,
I don't.
just looking at it, can somebody make me either? Oh, there's a choice here. Either spot hidden, history, or archaeology.
Are you
I mean,
just
I'm
looking
quite
for one
good at spot
person?
hidden, but
Edward, you're the archaeologist. You're the historian, aren't you? You're the
yeah,
archaeologist.
Yeah.
Your choice: spot hidden, history, or archaeology.
Let's go with archaeology.
nice.
Oh, thank goodness.
Maya, you open up the leather pouch. You pull out the scroll. Edward, you immediately point to it and say, "That's a fake."
That is definitely a fake. I've seen the real things, and that was clearly made in China.
Well, it's actually made it. It's actually made in this shop, but it's the same idea. Yeah.
Do you think he was maybe giving out fake ones? Or trying to, palm
Well,
off a fake one onto the Duke? Or the Duke has got the real one and has left a fake one?
or they did kind of mention this dreamless soul. Sounds like, from what I read in the diary, it could be kind of similar to what we experienced on the Dreamland Express.
I mean, if there's such thing as like a dream world, then it wouldn't be out there that there was another dream train, or at least different stops to what we were on.
So the question is, where is this? Where's the actual scroll?
I mean, and I pull out the bottle of the thing. It could also be this, the green bottle, which had the same name. Maybe if we knew where this is brewed.
So are you suggesting that Edgar took it into the dream world and left it there?
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Because that would be a very safe place to keep something, and
It would.
in the diary seemed to suggest that he could leave physical objects there.
Could even have been the totem that they referred of to. He was keeping to throw into the Gulf of Nodens.
Well,
Time is midnight. The train is due to leave at 7 o'clock from the station.
how was his brother, Maya? How was William? Was William dead?
I didn't even know he had a brother.
It's possible he might have known something. He seemed a amenable chap. I'm tempted to go back. Did you say it was midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to go back to see if William's alive.
Okay, I'm not going to make you roll for this. Maya, you can probably go with him and help him in. But that's up to you inside yourself. I won't bring up the map again. You know the way, Major Mercy. You know the way through the house. You see the doorway to the left, where Edgar's bedroom was. The door to the kitchen in front of you is wide open.
I'll have a look in there.
You see William dead. It looks like he's been hacked to death. And there's a bloody knife drop next to him. In fact, you see that his shirt has been ripped open, and it looks like there's a large piece of skin been cut from his body.
God.
Can you make me a sanity roll, please?
Who does that? That's so weird. Sanity roll. Okay.
Is this both of us or?
It's up to you, Maya, if you're going in there as well.
Yeah, Maya would have probably been directing him.
Okay, Maya, make me a sanity roll, please. 1d6.
Lovely.
I'm assuming that's the same for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same for Major Mercy as well. So, Major Mercy only loses 1 sanity. Maya, can you make me an intelligence roll, please?
I'm assuming I'll lose 6 sanity as well.
Lose 6 sanity, and you need to make me an intelligence roll.
49 minus 6 is 43.
Yep.
And a intelligence roll.
Yes. I give you the choice. You want to roll the d10 yourself, or do you want me to roll it?
Oh God. I'll roll it. I'll take fate in my own hands.
Right, roll it. It is all too much to take. Your senses overload, and you fall into a faint, submitting to the darkness of oblivion and ignorance. Roll me a d10.
God.
You faint for 8. You pass out for 8 minutes. Major Mercy, you just like walk into the room and you just see Maya, and Maya just like collapses next to you.
This is inconvenient. I'll just check that she's not, dead or anything.
You can see she's breathing.
And I'll try and put her in a sort of comfortable position, but I want to check to see if I can determine any more what happened to William, and he's been hacked and a bit of his skin missing.
It's.
Oh, sorry. You go.
Can you? As you're busy doing this, looking over the body, you see the blood everywhere. You see like the body. You see like you probably you know that Edgar's dead. Your mind starts working a bit. Can you make me an idea roll, intelligence roll? There's something nagging in the back of your mind, like you've heard something before. Maybe me, little grey cells. Heard that before, or maybe you've read that before.
Was it in one of the diaries that we've read, like of the earlier accounts?
Think back to the diary. Think back to the people that that group met.
The fez-wearing people?
Not the fez-wearing people. One particular individual.
There was a Russian fellow, wasn't there? And
not on the train. I'm making you work. I'm making you work for this. Wasn't on the train.
The crazy fellow in the. No, that was us.
Crazy? No, that was us.
There was that person from the north. I remember him, the journalist.
I'll narrow it down for you. Think Constantinople. I'll narrow it down for you. Think Constantinople.
Oh, there was that posh person. Someone quite wealthy, wasn't there, or something? Who was playing games.
You remember what they called him?
It's not the Duke's name in a different language, is it?
They called him the Frenchman.
Ah, dickhead. I knew I should have shot him when I had the chance. Yes, so we're thinking that they could be the same person.
If that's the case, the Duke looked only in his 40s.
Yes. Yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna start shooting people. Start shooting people and worry about it later on.
Well,
Right.
lose your sanity, pass your intelligence, and you might get the violence card.
Right, so if Mercy's putting this together, so the taking of the skin off William, what's that about? Why? I know this group seems to like, there's been a few things involving skin. Right. Well, whilst we're here, I might as well explore the other rooms and see if there's anything.
Okay. The other rooms on the upper floor that you haven't yet explored. Well, Edgar's bedroom, obviously, but I already told you about that. The only other room was a bedroom, a plain bedroom. A bed, a bookshelf, some well-read books on it, classics, Charles Dickens, that sort of thing. Possibly William's room. It's very simple lodgings.
Not trying to be disrespectful, but can I have a quick flick through these books to make sure like there's nothing hidden inside them, or like someone's changed the dust cover and it's actually
but they are what they say. They are what they say on the cover.
Can I have a look at the knife that seems to have been the murder weapon? I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah,
that would seem a poor choice. Or if I do touch it, I'll use a napkin or a handkerchief or something to
just a normal looking knife. Nothing seems special about it. It's probably about this time that actually Major Mercy. I need you to make me a luck roll now.
Ooh. Sorry, just give me 1 second. There we go. Luck roll.
You hear a loud knocking at the door and a voice calling out in French. Open up! This is the police. Mr. Wellington, open this door. And on that note, with Major Mercy in the house with 2 dead bodies, 1 fainted Maya, everybody else back at the hotel, planning out their next move as to how they're going to get the scroll. That's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Oh,
Mercy's not worried. He's English. He'll just praising us out. How dare you accuse me of?
Well, we'll find out next. We'll find out next time. Anyway, we'll go through the usual end of session ceremonies. So, again, thanks everybody for playing tonight. That's really good. I really enjoyed it. It felt good to get back on this. I really miss these characters. I missed all the chaos from it. So let's go around the table. Let's go around again. Let's do the stars and wishes. So let's start with Christy. What did you enjoy? What would you like to see more of? Do you want me to come back?
Yeah, come back. I'll have a think.
Sarah.
I enjoyed getting some library time in, as I always did. But I liked we've got some new characters. It felt like we were possibly going to make some progress on a lead. And then I quite like it was all taken away from us as well in a murder, and now Major Mercy's in a really sticky situation.
Well, it's not all been taken away from you. You got some lead.
That's
Some
true. We did. We
yeah.
got some. But yeah, it was all a bit complicated. No, it's just been a really fun session.
Anything you want to see more of?
More of the same, really.
I think
A
we
little
can
bit of
manage that.
craziness, a little bit of fact finding, mystery stuff. It's all good.
Robin?
I always like it when Maya gets a chance to just sneak off on her own and do her own thing, to be honest. But I also like how her and Mercy seem to be working together towards the end. And I liked how we both ended up with like a big hit on the sanity. A few people have.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think for wishes, it's less of a wish, but more kind of I've just missed this campaign and playing this character again. So
it's a good feeling though, isn't it? It's like it's good that we're still saying that. It's good that we're still like eager to play this. That means a lot.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was just saying to Sarah earlier, it's felt like absolutely ages since we've played.
I know it's because like for some March had 5 Fridays in it, which is ridiculous. Richard.
Yes. Well, I really enjoyed meeting some of these people who I've hated. This Duke person and then this German fellow. I really liked. I liked going back. I like Mercy going back to be. I don't know why I did this, but like to be like to see if William was okay. Because I think there was a bit of a thing of like, well, he's a brother in arms type thing, and shouldn't leave him behind. Not that like Maya obviously didn't even know this person existed, so like I really like that. I like this very tricky situation we've found ourselves in. And things see more. I just want to see more insanity, more horror, more terrible things happen to all of us. And I probably shouldn't say that considering it's my character and indeed Robin's who are in quite precarious position.
Brian.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
The appearance of the Duke or the Duck.
The Duck.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing more of him and maybe a few more duck references. Like, I'm so sorry, but I do not speak waterfowl.
And Christy.
I was going to say as well, it's quite nice that we have like a James Bond-esque villain kind of thing, don't we? Now going on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the sort of new villain of the week. Well, it won't be of the week, will it? Because obviously it's going to be a bit longer than that. But yeah. But I also, I like history and I like cryptids and things like that. So more of that would be fun.
For myself, I really enjoyed this. I liked how some of you, perhaps not all of you, but some of you seem to get the Duke, I think, at the start.
Oh yeah, he charmed Nancy for some reason.
Yep. I like that Roland, you were very proactive in getting the hotel. That was great to see. That was really good to see. I like to see more more proactive, more people being proactive. That's good. I like that Major Mercy just instantly cotton on to this guy is not right. Something's definitely wrong here. I did do the dirty on Maya a bit because Maya, remember when I said you didn't see anything and then you go and you find all these dead bodies? That was a dominate spell. That was a dominate spell.
Ooh.
To make you not see things.
Right. Okay.
Because I was like, how can I, like, because these people, I want to, these people to die, but Maya's watching. How can I make Maya not see it? Oh, the Duke knows dominate. That's okay then.
So he snuck past Maya.
Yeah, Maya just
Somehow.
like he didn't even need to sneak past. Like, no, Maya just like didn't see him. He just like he just made Maya not see him.
Yeah.
What else? I like that. I only saw this afternoon, very late on, that there was a Mythos tome in the library. I only saw that very late this afternoon, so I quickly plugged it in. And I'm very pleased that Nancy decided to go and find it.
Yeah. Oh yes, I've got some Cthulhu mythos now as well. That's good.
And a Mythos book, yep. So yeah, I'm glad I sort of put that in. I like that the sanity's like starting to kick in a bit. Like people are starting to lose a bit more sanity now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just like really enjoyed it, and more people getting into characters, more finding stuff out, more wanting to shoot people, I guess.
I'm thinking I'm just gonna go with my instincts. It served as well in other campaigns.